Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live in Los Angeles with the whole crew. I'm so sorry we had some technical difficulties. A lot of stuff was going down. It's a lot of stuff to get this going. But I'm so happy to have Christopher Melcher in the building, attorney at law. Welcome, Christopher. How are you doing, Christopher?
Well, thanks, Andy. I mean, it's a crazy day. I didn't know how many people would be here compared to September 29th. This is bigger. I mean, it's the excitement. It's much happier attitude than last time. We were much more tense because we didn't know what was going to happen with Britney Spears. This time, it is a party. I'm
loving it. And I'm so excited because we got Robin Redbreast back. Robin, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
You gave us such good B-roll. You're back. She will be going around the convention. If you see her there, you want to say hi, find Robin or Christopher, say hi to us. Tell people to say hi to us. We're going to be covering all this event. So thank you for bearing with us. We got our technical issues sorted out. Bravo, Christopher and Robin, for cracking that out. They're in L.A. I'm in Florida. You're wherever you are. This is incredible. And we're all here to free Britney. It's going to happen. Yes. I'm so excited. All right. So, Christopher, before we get going, 4:30. It's starting right now. We have people are in the courtroom, correct? Can you give us a bit of an update as to what's going on today, what's already started? We're not going to be able to show you the proceedings inside, but we are going to hopefully get some updates. Do we know if BJ got in? Did BJ get in?
So I heard that BJ, that surprise witness, did get a seat. That she came from New York, lined up here at 4:30 in the morning. So they have very few seats available in the courthouse. She had to get here so early. People were already lined up, but she was one of the few that got a ticket. That's part of the problem, that the LA Superior Court isn't providing us this access. So we do have that case now before the California Supreme Court where we're asking or demanding that this be restored. So Matthew Rosengart came in about 20 minutes ago. He did his walk through here, and so he's definitely in the courthouse. And what's teed up for today is a termination of the conservatorship, and we'll talk through what that really means. What is that terminate word going to mean here for the end of the day for Britney?
So, Christopher, I mean, obviously it's a big day for everybody, for Britney, the biggest. This was always the plan as we handled our first hearing. There was always a move to sort of hold off on ending the conservatorship until once they got a little bit more involved, people could actually get some receipts, people could get involved in what was happening and get all that data. Do you still expect for the conservatorship to end today?
Well, it's not going to end today. And she doesn't even want it to end today in terms of the case going on. What's really happening today is the restoration of her rights. Now, if the case were dismissed or ended, then those outstanding subpoenas that Matthew Rosengart has for TriStar, Lou Taylor, Robin Greenhill, they wouldn't be able to get those because it'd be a dead case. So what they're doing, hopefully by the end of the day, is to restore all these rights that it should never have been taken from her in the first place. So it'll terminate in that end. But what it's going to continue on is their right to get discovery or information through subpoenas and depositions of these people that they want to talk to, get records. Certainly there's going to be disputes about the attorney's fees that the attorneys that previously represented the estate are seeking. Her own mother now is seeking her attorney's fees. Her former attorney is seeking attorney's fees. There's other transactions that are at issue. That's not going to be handled today. That'll be done in December or probably now months from now, because the subpoenas that Matthew Rosengart issued for some of these records have been denied by TriStar, and he's going to want to get that information before he has a hearing over any financial relief.
So we got a lot we're going to go through, and I know a lot of you are wanted to see. Here is Rosengart walking in. Oh, sorry, you don't have. I thought I had this saved up. Here it is. Now here's Rosengart coming in to the courtroom. There he is waving. This happened earlier as he came in. I heard there was more of a security presence too. Robin was saying there was some more bodyguards. Like, it does seem like this is the event where they're doing a little bit more than usual. Christopher, are you feeling that as well?
Well, Matthew Rosengart has 2 security guards that we saw previously, and so they were here kind of scoping stuff out, and they helped walk them in. We can't tell what company they work for. The shirt actually had Chinese writing on it. Somebody said it was Black Box Security, but I don't know if I believe that. But they were here doing their thing, but now Rosengart's in the building.
Rosengart is in the building. All right. So now, from your attorney perspective, what is your goal today? There's been a lot of documents coming out. There's been a lot of these disclosures and things that have been happening throughout the weeks. I am expecting some fireworks today. Do you concur that there's going to be some arguments, some attempts to delay, attempts to shut down? There will be some fighting today in this court, correct?
Yeah, there's really no need for that, but we'll see it. The main issue is, hey, are we going to restore these rights to Britney Spears, the conservator over her person, the conservator over the estate, and those things? So no more Jody Montgomery, no more John Zabel. That should happen. It seems like everyone's on the same page about that. What the issue is, the attorney's fees that Holland and Knight, Freeman, and Smiley, those firms that represented Jamie Spears as conservator of the estate previously, they want their money. Sam Ingham, who was the court-appointed attorney for Britney Spears, he wants some money. And now her mom's, Lynn Spears' attorneys want their money. Really, the only thing we need to talk about today in court is scheduling those hearings and sequencing them. And where the sparks, I think, are going to fly is that Matthew Rosengart's going to say he's being stonewalled. He's not getting the information that he needs to evaluate these claims. He's going to say that he disputes some or all of these claims. And we may hear people squabbling about that. But ultimately, what it comes down to is picking dates and finding out when is the next hearing or set of hearings can occur so that people can actually go and talk about these issues after they've gotten their discovery, meaning the exchange of information, because we can't have the hearing without the information. So info first, hearing second.
Interesting. A lot happening today. A lot we expect, and then we got Robin walking around. It does feel, as I'm looking at this footage too, it does feel more of like a party than usual. I mean, people are expecting this conservatorship to end today, but really, there's more of a plan behind it. Again, a lot of people are asking in the chat. Just apologies, they will not let us show you the hearing. In fact, I'm being told by some others that they are cracking down on press reporting any updates throughout. Have you heard this, Christopher, as well?
You know, I haven't, because whoever's in there really can't leave without losing their seat. So these folks had to wait in line for a long time this morning, get a ticket for one of the very few seats in this courthouse, and now they got to sit there and wait. So if they walk out of the courtroom, they're not really going to be able to get back in that easily. So the delays, there is going to be a delay in getting updates. This is terrible because these are public proceedings, which is obviously so much public interest in this that they've had to close the street. But for some reason, the court doesn't want that information shared easily. And that's why we do have this case that hopefully the California Supreme Court will take on. I really appreciate that they ordered the LA court to answer itself next week. So they're doing what they should be doing. They're doing it quickly, and hopefully we'll get the access restored, because there are going to be future hearings in this case and certainly for other ones. Now, what we may have lined up for guests later on, we've seen Sloan is here, and he said he would come by and be on the stream.
Great.
I've talked to Liz Day from the New York Times. She's here. I've invited her on the stream. We'll see if she's able to do that. We've talked to Jordan from BreatheHeavy, so he's here also, and we'll come by in a few. And we're going to line up as many other people as we can get. Really, I mean, there is a ton of people, long-term supporters of the Free Britney movement that are here, and we're hoping to talk to many of them.
Yeah, I'm excited, and everybody out there, amazing. If anybody out there, tweet them, tell them to come stop by Christopher so we can talk with them and go through this. And I know BJ, I've already was checking with her. If she's in, I'm excited because she said she'll come on over afterwards to give us the update as to what happened in there. So we do have that exclusive as well. All right, and if anybody online, I'm doing my due diligence behind the scenes here. That's why I'm staying here in the control room to get you guys every updates. If any, whoever's seeing any updates leaking out, send it on over to me, and we'll make sure we are reading those tweets and everything as they happen. But the reality is we're going to be just updating you on the history. We're going to be breaking news. As soon as it happens, this will be the first place you'll be hearing it. We'll give you everything all in one area so you guys get all your updates. Because sadly, again, they don't want transparency. I don't know why. You'd think after all this, they'd want to be more transparent than ever, Christopher. But no, they want to continue to be a little bit more weird about it. So we will give you as much as we can. All right, so Christopher, let's go back. So because there's a lot of catch up. Can you talk about some of these declarations and things that were happening over the week? Was there anything specific that was surprising you in some of the paperwork that was coming out from both sides?
Yeah, there is some good stuff in there. So what happened was Matthew Rosengart, over a month ago, issued subpoenas to TriStar Management, the former manager for the estate of Britney Spears, who was hired by her father, Lou Taylor, the owner, or one of the owners of that company, and then Robin Greenhill, I think it is, one of the employees. So he issued subpoenas. He wanted to know their whole file, all the compensation that they've been paid, all the records that they have, and any information about this surveillance operation that we've heard about. Now, they objected to that. And in this paperwork, there's all the correspondence between Rosengart and the firm that these folks hired, Gibson, Dunn, and Crutcher. So they objected, and they said, hey, it's none of your business. You don't need to know any of this stuff. It's not relevant to anything. The conservatorship's going to end. It's only some issue about attorney's fees, so you don't need to hear about surveillance. And oh, by the way, they denied having involvement in any of that stuff. So Rosengart said, no, that's not acceptable. So it will be a hearing. There'll be a hearing, it's set, I think, in December 8th or somewhere around there, to determine whether that information has to be produced. Now, in those papers, like I say, they deny having any involvement in the conservatorship from the beginning. They say they weren't representing Britney. And in 2008, it was only after the conservatorship started, maybe a period of months, that they were hired. So that's one issue that's going to have to be tested. Another thing that Rosengart pointed out is that Lou Taylor apparently paid for an ad for herself in the Hollywood Reporter, somehow promoting herself, which is fine. She can do that. But she charged it to Britney's estate in this 12th accounting. So so she actually sent the bill to Britney to put an ad for herself. I mean, that is absolutely abusive, fraudulent. And so that was one of the things that was mentioned in the paperwork. Now, I haven't laid eyes on that ad. So if anyone has a copy of that, because I will be doing a video, that would just make a great visual for the video. So if anybody has it, they could send it to me. I'd love to see that.
That's insane. Well, Christopher, I can say as I'm looking around and getting these updates, apparently, yes, it's actually happening. Thank you, Free Britney Live, who's just gave us the update. And keep tagging me, guys. I'll be checking Twitter throughout to give you guys the latest updates. Judge said they're monitoring social media. She said anyone posting updates to social media will result in the entire courtroom being cleared out. Wow. That, if true, is insane, Christopher. I mean, they're really cracking down the whip. I guess last time because look, they've been inching more and more, but they really don't want people to have a full rundown of things. That really upsets me. I don't know why do you think they're so cracking down on this? Is this one side saying it's not being fair? I'm sure Britney wants it all, all over the place. Why is this happening?
I have no idea. That makes absolutely no sense. These are public proceedings. They should be live streaming these things. And to be afraid that somebody might actually know what's happening in a public courthouse, in a public proceeding with a public judge, makes zero sense. And it just makes them look like they're trying to hide something when they absolutely have nothing to hide. So trying to ask people to, say, hey, we're not going to allow you to even send a text about what's happening. I really don't understand that attitude. I'm really hoping that this is going to change. Now, obviously, they're concerned about this stuff, and there's a limited amount of people in the courtroom. So anyone in there that's sending texts is taking a risk that this is going to get shut down and they're going to close the courtroom. Now, to me, I don't know that that's constitutional to close a courtroom in a public proceeding. There has to be findings showing that it's absolutely necessary to make that proceeding go forward. But somebody quietly texting something in the back of a courtroom in no way interferes with the proceeding. The judge doesn't need to be on Twitter watching it. So if the judge is being bothered by what's happening on Twitter, it's because the judge isn't doing her job and is instead on Twitter. So they should mind their own business, handle the court proceeding, and let the public know what's going on in our courtroom.
Hi, Chris. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's wild to me, the amount of pressure they're putting on this, which, if anything, puts pressure on them because, again, it's this lack of transparency. I mean, Christopher has talked about in the last hearing as well. They let you go in with a pencil and a paper. Like, how are you supposed to get all that stuff down? It doesn't make any sense with so many eyes and this is all happening. You'd think they'd almost want, even if they're not going to let us broadcast it, at least have a transcript or someone, putting it out quicker to the public, so there is no problem, and then everyone can be doing it fairly. We wouldn't be tweeting if they just let us have access. And when this is about Britney and she wants the access, it really irritates me because it makes no sense. What are we doing
here?
Well,
absolutely. She has stated that she wanted this open. She had the opportunity on June 23 and July 14th. She was asked, "Do you want to close the courtroom?" And she said, "No, I want it open." It was because her statement was recorded and broadcast against court rules that really changed public perception as to this conservatorship, because although many people in the Free Britney movement had been saying for years that this was abusive and she didn't want it, it was when Britney, in her own words, said, "This is abusive and I want out of it," that people changed their mind or at least formed an informed opinion about it. Now, one of the statements that are concerns that I could imagine the court thinking is we don't want people in there and giving incorrect information about the case. But like your point, pencil and paper makes it inaccurate, makes it very difficult to write that quickly. All this information of people talking over themselves, all that stuff, all the nuance, because even if you got their words down right, you lose the nuance. So if they really wanted this to be accurate, they would just put a camera in the courtroom. So again, a total failure of the court to understand that these are our courtrooms. We're not the enemy. We actually own these courts, and they're operated for us, not them. But this is a lingering view that we are somehow the enemy or that the media and public is somehow bad, when you can see exactly how we're being treated now they feel about us.
It's wild what's happening here. I don't understand why. And I'm sorry, for those on my picture, I'm just trying to get a little bit more of these images to you guys a little bit easier. But yeah, it's really weird to me how weird they're being about all this. There's no reason for them to handle it the way they're handling it, and it's extremely frustrating to see them. I feel like they're just protecting themselves. But the reality is, like, we will get full transcripts, correct? I mean, eventually the goal, they do release all of this legally. They have to. It becomes public availability later, correct?
Yeah. So I've been ordering the transcripts, and it takes about 3 weeks, and $300. And so there's a big delay. We finally do get them, but we can't really tell what happened in that courtroom without seeing the emotion, the demeanor of the witnesses. Were voices raised? Was the judge frustrated? We don't see that in a transcript. So there's a big difference between the written word and the spoken word. And the same with the court filings. We're getting them, maybe a day after they're filed. So that's not bad. We do have to pay for those, but that's only telling part of the story. So we do have this petition before the California Supreme Court for USA Today to try and break this open and restore access the way it should be. So we do have a little bit of traction on it yet. We don't know yet if the court's going to even accept the case for review, but they did order the LA Superior Court to answer. So that's pretty remarkable because the LA Superior Court wasn't required to answer this thing. We filed it and the courts was going to consider it, but the court, after reading the petition, thought they need to hear from the LA Superior Court. The LA Superior Court issued a 4-page ruling last month when it denied the petition that I filed. And obviously the California Supreme Court didn't feel that that explanation was sufficient and said, no, you need to address these constitutional issues that I'm raising, because in their 4-page decision or ruling back in September, the LA court didn't even address the constitutional issues, saying there is no obligation that we have to provide any type of remote access. You want to see the proceedings, get in line, grab one of the seats. That's all we have to do. So they ducked the constitutional issue, and now the Cal Supreme Court is telling them, no, you have to answer that issue.
Well, a lot more coming as we as I'm going through all of this, the reports here. Where, yeah, I'm not seeing any updates yet. Yeah, so I mean, so. Yeah, I mean, people are asking you can't, it's illegal. If you went in with a recording device, it's illegal to have that, correct?
I'm sorry, we're trying to line up a guest. What was the question?
You have a guest? Oh, I was going to say, if you were to go in and record it illegally.
Oh, hey.
Go for it. Let's go for the guest.
All right, so we got our first guest. Yeah, your first guest. We're just doing the warm-up here. So why don't you go introduce yourself, and I can hear, so I'll relay questions.
Okay, cool. Should I hold this? Yeah. What's up, guys? I'm Jordan Miller. I'm the owner and founder of BreatheHeavy.
Woo!
What do you kind of think is going to happen today?
I mean, my fingers are crossed that Britney is free from this conservatorship, that they terminated today. I'm optimistic. I mean, it's hard to get a little optimistic, I think, here and there after following it for so many years, and you kind of think something's going to go a certain way, and then it doesn't. But I can kind of feel that there's this real energy, and there's a lot of momentum behind all of this today. So fingers crossed. I feel like it's going to be a good outcome for her, and I'm just really rooting for her.
Now, what about the vibe of the crowd? So we were here last time, September 29th. There was a lot of tension because we didn't know, is Jamie going to get kicked out or not? How do you kind of gauge the audience this time?
I would say the audience is a little, I was thinking about that earlier. I think that right now it's a little more calm than I think last time because there was that kind of tension in the air. I think we're all kind of walking on eggshells waiting for this outcome. And I think that there's a little bit of a different dynamic because people who are in the courtroom this time, from what I gather, they're not allowed to essentially leave. So once they're in, there may be a recess or so, but I think communications are going to be kind of at a minimum this time in terms of what's going on live in the courtroom. So now it's a little bit of a waiting game. So I think people are kind of sensing that and feeling that, and we're kind of just waiting and hoping and seeing what's going to happen.
Now, what's up for BreatheHeavy? What's going on in the platform? Any updates that you can share with us?
I appreciate you asking. BreatheHeavy right now has thousands of people on it. If you guys are watching, hi. I mean, it's a Britney community within a community. So it's like this is a community, and BreatheHeavy is its kind of own community. But at the same time, everyone's rooting for her too. Everyone who I think isn't able to make it to this rally in person. There's people who are visiting BreatheHeavy from all over the world. It literally means everything to me, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this whole thing, and just got a lot of love for Britney fans today.
All right. Well, thanks for visiting with us and all the support. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Very cool. I love the work they've done. They were really one of the earlier ones. Some people get mad because he tries to claim. I hate when everyone just sort of says, "I'm the creator." We're all. There's no I in team is the reality. But I do want to give him credit because he was one of those early groups that was really, really paying attention to this movement. So I'm a fan of Jordan and what he's done there. So good to see him there and value everything he's done. What else you seen out there? What's the vibe, Christopher?
Yeah, so we're just wrangling up another guest, and hopefully he'll come and join us because there was a protest at TriStar, the management company, Lou Taylor's firm. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I was in Chicago, so I couldn't go. But I saw photos of it, and this gentleman, he's here at every rally, and I saw a photograph of him there at the rally. He's coming over right now, so hopefully we can. Hello. Hey, now thanks for joining us. I love seeing you here. I love the glasses.
Thank you so much.
Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to you was that I know that there was a rally or protest at TriStar.
Yes, there was.
And I was out of town, so I couldn't go, but I saw a photograph of you there. So could you talk us through what happened?
So what happened was Lou M. Taylor, successfully took control of Britney Spears. She did. Jamie Spears, there's no way in hell that he is the one. Sorry, YouTube, sorry. There's no way in that he did that at all by himself. It's too complex. He can't tell poop from applesauce. So in actuality, what we're dealing with is a mastermind situation. And what we were doing was going to protest against that mastermind and show just how many clients she has, how deep her roots run, and that she can literally intimidate people out of their jobs.
Now, I saw in the filing by TriStar's attorney a couple days ago where they're resisting this subpoena. They say TriStar was not the manager on February 1 or February 4, 2008. It was months later. So therefore, we had nothing to do with it. We couldn't have because we were literally hired afterwards. What do you think about that?
What I would have to say to that is everybody YouTube search Britney Spears spokesperson speaks out against Dr. Phil. And you will see a video from Lou Taylor on ABC News from 2007 speaking against Dr. Phil. And on her little title card that her press person gave the people, it says, it says Britney Spears family spokesperson. So if she wasn't managing, she was their spokesperson, and she was involved pre-conservatorship. And we have proof on the news.
Now, that's the thing I've been thinking about. I know we saw Britney talk earlier about there's no way her dad, the alcoholic caterer bankrupt, could have masterminded this thing.
No way.
So you think Lou Taylor, anyone else that you think is the mastermind, people responsible other than maybe the attorneys?
I think it's Lou Taylor. I think that there are people, I think Judge Brenda Penny has been complicit in pushing this to the side over and over again. I think that Samuel Ingham and every single attorney, Robin Greenhill, Idan from Black Box Security, Jeff Raymond, who let this slip under the radar and was working very closely with the team the entire time. And on top of that, they all worked together with all 5 media conglomerates to push the same narrative against Britney Spears. There was no media outlet vying for her. And that's why this is so important. This is the media. There are a million people here who are going to edit everything to hell and decide what narrative it is. But in actuality, the real people who need to be held accountable are going to be there for the people who want to find them.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else in the movement that you could talk to us about, maybe future plans?
So future plans, where we go from here. If Britney Spears is freed from both the conservator of her person and the conservator of her stay today, we are going to go after all the people who did this to her and at her. We are going to make sure that they are held accountable and that they are completely held to the highest, the laws enforced to the highest extent. They absolutely Britney deserves justice. So that's what we're going to be fighting for. We're also going to be fighting for the 1.3 million people who are stuck in conservatorships across the United States. And, it's a huge problem. And it's a huge thing that we've had to deal with is, all you need is a corrupt judge, a corrupt lawyer, and a corrupt doctor to seize someone's entire income. And if it can happen to the Princess of Pop, it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us, and look forward to seeing you next time.
For real. Thank you.
Thanks. All right.
The Princess of
Always
Pop.
love talking to him.
Yeah, Princess of Pop. You mean?
It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, it's Britney, bitch. Well, amazing. Yeah, Christopher, just say the word and we will go there. There's a few chats that came in. Cynthia, if Britney is remote to court, would anything happen to her if she decided to tweet out what was going on? I'm sure she's busy with other things, but just curious if she would get in trouble. Yeah, I imagine it's the same thing, right? If Britney leaks it out, they're going to try and would they treat that the same, Christopher?
Well, that's a great question, because when the June 23 recording and broadcast happened of that hearing, the Judge Penny said on the record, somebody on the remote access program, meaning a member of the public listening to the audio stream, has leaked this information against court rules. Well, she had no way of knowing that. There were 11 attorneys that were on LA Court Connect, which is a different platform that has the same exact audio feed. There is no way that the court could tell the difference between the audio feed that was given to the public or the audio feed that was given to the parties and the attorneys, but yet they chose to blame the public. So yeah, it could be one of the attorneys. Maybe it's the attorney that used to represent, supposed to be the estate, but really Jamie Spears. Maybe it's one of those attorneys that would go and leak information from this hearing so that it's shut down and closed to punish the Free Britney movement, that the people that are holding them accountable right now. So this is the problem. And it's indistinguishable, but Britney might do it. I don't know. An attorney might do it. I don't know. But the rules are you can't. So right or wrong, the court makes the rules. We have to follow them or challenge them. And now I have challenged them in a very long court process. But, those are your options. Follow them or challenge them. You're not supposed to break them.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it doesn't sound like, guys, last stream was very exciting because we were getting little bits and pieces throughout the whole thing, and I was hoping we'd have a similar thing today, but we might have to be patient. So, Christopher, when is the reality, the ending of all this, if we really don't get any updates until the end of this show?
So the court does take a break, so that might be around 3:30 Pacific. So we may see people coming out. Now we're just panning over to the tons of supporters that are now walking the streets.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And I mean, we've got so many people here. This street here is Grand Avenue, which is normally a very heavily traveled road. And that's completely shut down just for Free Britney.
That's incredible.
I don't know where they're going, but looks pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
And beautiful day out here, by the way. I mean, we're probably in the high 80s, so really nice winter weather for us.
So we had another comment here as Robin, your feed froze. Just FYI, Robin, if you can hear, and we'll chat.
Okay, so her phone overheated and shut down, so she's going to need a bit.
Oh, okay, got it. Hold on, let me turn back. There we go. I can fix that quickly. I was trying to give you guys cooler shots this time. There we go. When she's back up. All right, so we have. Oh my goodness!
And we'll ski.
I'm fairly new on here. I absolutely love what you do. I can tell you're one of the good guys, Andy. Thank you for all the great news and for being an unbelievable inspiration to me and everyone else out here. God bless you, sir. From Cajun Country, 100.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was so generous and amazing. Thank you so much. If you guys, as it says, if you tips keep the channel thriving. So thanks to everybody who supports. And when you tip a high enough, the robot talks. So thank you for doing that. It's the reward. And wow, Brett, thank you so much for that generosity. You are a legend. Thank you so much for the kind words. This is all about Britney today, though. And this is, of course, guys, just so you know, like the reason I got connected to this case, and I've said it a few, but for those of you who are still watching as we're waiting for more updates, what hit me about this case, aside from obviously being a human rights issue, human trafficking issue, all of the obvious answers, what hit me as a father was the taking away of her kids. To know that she was going through that divorce and her family was dangling over the access to her kids to see them again. That took it next level for me. I can't even imagine having to go through something like that. The strength it took for Britney Spears to do all that and get by is unreal. So I'm not been as long as some of these other people, but you guys are incredible. This community is incredible. I'm so inspired by all you guys and so grateful to all you guys who've been supporting me as I've been covering and as we've pivoted to other stories and other important stories that need to be shared. So Brett, I really, really appreciate that support and everything you did, and everybody in this chat. You all deserve an amazing applause. In fact, I'm saving the big applause for later, but we should all feel pretty happy because I do feel like we're on the right track here to do something really important today. So thank you everybody for all the work, and thank you. We also had We have a couple other comments coming in. Sorry, is that... I want to make sure you guys can see everything here. Pardon me as I crop everything. Still getting used to all this. There we go. Boom, boom. Why is it? I wish I could get rid of that space in between. Do you have a person there to speak to, Christopher?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
go do that.
Got a guest. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Alex. I live in Los Angeles, and I am a member of the Free Britney movement since about February. I first loved Britney when I saw her when I was like 8 years old, and my parents actually were like, "Stop, like watching her and stuff." But I mean, I found her too likable, and I didn't really get involved into it until the first documentary came out, and then I was able to notice all of the things going through the court documents, seeing just how wrong it was, and seeing that there were things that were approved that there were no reasons to approve for, like seeing that she had dementia without a capacity hearing. And I work in mental health and I work with addiction, and I do not believe that Britney Spears has any of those issues. And I think that mental health is a very serious issue, but I also think that trivializing it, and especially what the paparazzi would do back in the late 90s, they were vicious, and it's dangerous to speculate about person's mental health, and we should never, really do that. And it got to such a dangerous level that I think that contributed a lot to her breakdown, if we want to call it that. But I mean, after everything that she was put through, and then having her kids being taken away by Kevin through her attorney, that was just, I think anybody would break at that moment. And I didn't see a person that was crazy. I saw a mother that was losing her children, and that also lost her aunt that she loved from cancer. And I actually, from what I know, that's why she shaved her head. So.
Well, thanks for that update. I appreciate you introducing yourself and joining us on the stream.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, love it. Love when the fans come in and share their stories. So awesome, Christopher. Keep them coming. As we go through a few more, Love Easy Journaling just said, Free Britney, love from Norway. I love when we do that portion of the show. Where are you all watching from? Put that in the chat real quick. Let's see comments. I want to see how across the globe we have support here for Britney. So throw in where you're calling from. Love Easy Journey is calling from Norway. Also, thank you so much for that support here as we... so there's going to be a lot of stalling tonight because I thought we'd have some more updates for you. So be patient. We're going to celebrate. We got plenty to talk about. We'll go through some documents. We'll do whatever we got to do to keep you, but we are going to stay until we get the information. Deshay, I just sent a comment through here earlier. Just wanted to make sure you guys see it. Sending love to Andy, Chris, BJ, as well as Robin. I did not include her earlier. Oh, well, thank you so much. Robin is awesome. Her footage is back in there. I want to make sure I have, let's see. Boom. There's the footage. As you're listening, we got both cams. We got double cams here on the show today. Thanks to Robin Redbreast. She's doing amazing. She did amazing last time, so thank you, Deshay. I'm going to put her Cash App up in a minute, too, because if you guys want to support her, grateful for her making it out there and doing this. Katie Mongon, how amazing would it be if at the end of all this, Britney and Matthew come out together to address the media and the Free Britney movement? Well, Christopher, we do know she's not there, right? She's calling in virtually?
Well, I assume that Britney Spears has called in remotely or watching the video remote. I don't know that for sure until we either hear somebody come out and report that, or we get the transcript and it'll show how everyone appeared. She has appeared at these remotely in the past. I was thinking, hey, there's a chance that she could show up here today. We saw the Instagram post earlier of her with the Free Britney shirt on. Sorry, there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Just seeing if there's what. So we got a text here. Somebody's going around saying that she's free. So I don't know. Here the crowd's gonna go crazy.
She's free. The conservatorship has been terminated.
Wait, is it confirmed?
How?
Britney.
How? Well, there it is.
I don't know for sure. I don't
Brittany Law Army just sent out a tweet. She's free. The conservatorship has been terminated. I have so many questions. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Okay, everybody's going crazy.
Robin, show us the crowd. Yes, there they are. Look how beautiful this is. Robin, I want to see the crowd.
Been a huge Britney fan since I was young. Optimistic about tonight. Sending love and support from NH. Free Britney. There is a lot of nervous people when all the information finally comes out. Much love.
Wow, we are hearing on Twitter. It's true, we're hearing on Twitter. And again, Britney's Law Army has been on top of this pretty clearly. I don't know how they're able to do this without shutting it down. But there we go. We're seeing tweets that yes, it's free. And there is the celebration live. Incredible. We will give you more information as we get it. But holy moly.
Right now.
To report that Britney Jean body. I am coming to you live right now to report that Britney Jean Spears is officially free. Britney is freed. Petition to terminate has been accepted, approved. And there's like a couple paperwork things that have to happen first. But Britney is free. Britney is free. The conservatorship is terminated as of right now.
Yeah, baby!
Both of them. Woo! Britney is free. Hashtag Britney free.
Oh my gosh!
So I will be going live on YouTube later just to read my court notes, but I wanted to come on here, let y'all know Britney is free. Everyone is screaming. I'm sure you're watching other lives too. I couldn't make it there fast enough. But everyone is literally screaming. So I'll be taking some videos and stuff like that. It is, oh my God, I literally hear them. I'm gonna cry. I wanted to come on and let y'all know Britney is free. People are running. Y'all, people are screeching. Like, it's like, Britney is free. I just can, like, that's the only thing I can keep saying. Oh, what a sign. Oh, we just found that on the ground. You should keep it.
I'm watching your live stream right now.
Oh my God, hello. Britney's free. Oh my God. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to be live later to go with my line-by-line readings from the court. Body, I am coming.
There we go. Confirmed all over the place. Christopher, it's happening. BJ just confirmed it. Hopefully we'll get her to come over and explain a little bit more of what's happening. I have questions. I'm in shock that it happened so quickly. Christopher, what do you think is going on here?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. People, like you saw, just went nuts when that news came out. And I mean, you know, after 13 years, more than 13 years of having your rights taken away, getting that restored is such a relief. But one of the rights that she's getting back is the one to sue. And I'm hoping that's one of the first ones she uses. This is absolutely incredible. We have the pink Christmas tree. I don't know if, Gabby, you can get that out there because there was an Instagram post by Britney a while back where she put her Christmas tree up, and there in honor they got one for.
Wow. Incredible. Oh, there it is, the Christmas tree. Unbelievable. It happened. So what does this mean? Does this surprise you, Christopher? Like, because we expected some fireworks, some things today, but they just terminated it. So is that what's the legal thought process here that happened?
Yeah, so that it was expected because no one was opposed to the termination. Everyone was saying, yeah, terminate it. And it was just the details. We know her dad was trying to shake down some conditions from the estate early on. He said, sure, I'll step aside or we could terminate it, but I want all this to be paid. These fees, I want, maybe the bond to be exonerated or released. And then eventually he dropped those conditions and it was just an unconditional, hey, let's end this. So that's not a surprise that it just ended. What I assume they're going to be arguing or talking about at the rest of this is the details. Okay, we got to get the paperwork done so she's officially restored all these rights, and then dealing with the accounting issues, the attorney's fees that they're trying to get from her, the discovery that Rosengart wants, the subpoenas. So that's all, I'm sure, going to be discussed now at this second phase of this hearing.
So this is the break, I guess. So it's not that it's over. It sounded like she was leaving. Could this be done, and then come back later? There's more to do, isn't there?
I don't know. They could because there are already some hearing dates that are set in the future. So they could just say, hey, we got those hearing dates and see you next time. Or maybe they want to argue about different scheduling and have those hearings kind of sequenced a little bit.
Wait, hold on.
What would be my suspicion is what Rosengart would want.
Hold on, Christopher. Hold on, Christopher. Hold on. Robin, that's somebody inside?
Okay. Right. Would you be willing to go talk to Christopher Melcher live on Popcorned Planeteer?
All right, good. Sorry, Robin was talking to somebody who was in the room. I was trying to get him over to you. Robin's trying to bring him over. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. You were saying.
No, I got to imagine that Rosengart would want to sequence the hearings a little bit better so that he can get the information that he needs to evaluate and contest all these fee requests that are being made against the state. And that's going to take time because TriStar is saying we ain't going to respond to any of this stuff. So that needs to go through a process where the court orders them, hopefully, to respond to all of it, and then get the documents. Then Rosengart has to analyze it. Then everyone has to brief it and argue it. So that could take months. My guess is that we'll see some movement in those hearing dates, and that's something that they should be talking about in there. But again, I'm out in the street, so I don't know.
Well, the crowd is going wild. I'm perusing all over the internet to try and get us more information because it does seem like that just happened so fast. But I'm not complaining. She's free, guys. Mission accomplished. Zabel will be allowed to remain as the temporary conservator for the estate. They're leaving him in place so he can execute the trust documents until estate planning as well as transferring assets into the trust. So that's the other news we got here, but it's been terminated. There we go. She's free. Mission accomplished. Britney is free. This is coming in from the Britney Law Army. They've been on top of it. I think they were inside as well. Wow. So he's still there for the estate, but she's free of the person, it sounds like, Christopher.
Well, and that makes sense that the conservator over her person was, to me, the most offensive part of it. Because that should have ended a while back. I don't know why they extended it on even till today, because it was going to expire on its own terms on October 8th. But if I'm understanding it correctly, that Zabel would remain on as the temporary conservator over her money issues until she could transfer that over to managers and attorneys of her choice. That would make sense. That would take a bit of time to do. But I don't know if they gave a estimate saying, hey, within 10 days or something like that. I don't know.
Well, so we have another update. I'm checking in from Free Britney Live, and they're telling me the judge is going to review all of the requests for legal fees today as well. So this could be a long afternoon, but that could still happen, I guess, after this. So I still have some questions. I mean, the good news is we're there. And hold on, I was trying to see. Apparently, Sam has responded. Let's see. Sam, freedom! There it is! History was made today. Britney is free. Officially coming in from Sam Asghari's Instagram. Yes! We are so happy! Go like and get all over Sam's Instagram right now. Incredible news. Freedom has happened. Freedom! In the words of William Wallace, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. I just have more questions, but we did it. She's free, guys. Christopher, she's free.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean, it should never have happened in the first place. Shouldn't have taken so long for her to get out of this. But finally for the court to do this, for her attorney of her choice to come in and stand up for her, which we could see it didn't take that long. Rosengart was brought in on July 14th. He didn't even have the file that day. And here we are, November 12th, and this thing is toast. So had she had some competent attorney from the beginning, somebody who is actually knows what he's doing and fighting for her, advocating for her rights, rather than just going along with this thing or perpetuating it, it wouldn't have been like this. So you could see the difference that a good attorney makes.
Yeah, what a good attorney does. Right, it does when they're out there. Robin, can you hear us, Robin?
Yes, I can hear you.
Robin, what is your reaction on this? I know you've been following this as well. You're amidst it all. You're getting the good news. I want to hear from you.
I was right in the middle.
Oh, here comes Rosengart. Do a 180 here. So Rosengart's
hold on, wait.
doing his walk.
Robin, hold on.
Here.
Sorry, wait. Rosengart's coming
his
out.
Walk right here.
Hold on, we'll come back to you, Robin. Rosengart's
doing the
coming
victory
in.
Walk right here.
Rosengart's right in front of us. Oh, something's wrong with your bandwidth.
Now he's going back. He went to his normal post, but they had set up microphones in a different place that we were scouting that Robin saw earlier. And so he, by mistake, went right to us. And, yeah, sure. So Robin's running back. She's going to try and...
Robin's on it. Okay, good.
Robin's amazing at burrowing into these places. So
yeah, Robin was all over and almost got arrested last time. We gotta plug Robin. She's been on this like nonstop. All right, we're waiting. We're getting this information. All right, Robin's running in there. Oh, that's him.
I'm so excited. You want to join us, or so? Is it? Are they coming back, or are they? Okay.
Hold on, wait. I think.
At some.
I can't hear him. Trying to get you a better feed, guys. I'm sorry. Somebody find me a better feed. Somebody find me a better feed. Trying to find someone who has a mic. Oh my God, pre-rolls.
Salary. So the percentage of his daughter's earnings. The answer ultimately something like I'm not going to get into it beyond that. I've also had questions about the business manager, TrashStar. And my comments are going to be.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a feed that has the mic. I don't know where he's talking.
TrashStar Sports and Entertainment.
Oh man, he's going after TriStar hard. I love where. Somebody find me a better link. Oh my God, I'm looking everywhere. All these feeds, no one has the mic he's talking to. Jesus.
Suppress those subpoenas and suppress information that Britney Spears has most notable question that was asked from Catholic.
All I find is this dude dancing. Why did he go up on the stage?
how much money did you take from the estate? How much money did you receive from
Robin,
the
get your mic closer to him. It's so hard to hear him.
We're not drawing any conclusions right now, but you can draw your own inference as we use to answer that question. I just want to circle back to Britney. I'm so proud of her. I thank her. I thank her for her courage and poise and power. I thank her for our relationship. Not only is this momentous for Britney, but she helped shine the light on not only this conservatorship, which was corrupted by her father, James P. Spears, but she helped shine a light on conservatorships and guardianships from coast to coast, from California to New York. And that took a tremendous amount of insight, courage, and grace. If there are any questions,
Mr. Rosenberg, how is Britney feeling, and what's next for her?
What's next for Britney, and this is the first time that this could be said for about a decade, is up to one person, Britney. I would say that Britney has been put into a position through our collaboration and work with my law firm to succeed. We have a safety net in place for Britney, both on the personal side and on the financial side, as those of you who are informed understand. But Britney, as of today, free woman, she's an independent woman, and the rest with her support system will be up to Britney. Safeguards in our life. We believe it was the right result. Britney specifically requested that mental evaluation the judge requires. Do you think there'll be a relationship between her and James? Sorry? Do you think there'll be a relationship between Britney and her family? That again.
Has Britney ever spoken to you about performing it? Has Britney ever spoken to you about performing it?
Who's her? Would you represent Amanda Bynes? Sorry? Would you represent Amanda Bynes? I haven't been asked, and that's not something I would get into right now.
Mr. Can you just clarify what happened?
Yeah, okay. So we got a Andy.
And what kind of transitions are we looking at?
We're listening to Rosengart live.
So we got.
Hold on, Christopher. We got Rosengart live. Hold on, I'm listening to Rosengart. Can you hear him?
Oh, okay.
And the conservatorship of the estate are terminated effective today, subject to a couple of conditions subsequent. And what that means is we have set up a financial safety net for Britney in terms of a new trust. All of the assets that are outside of the existing trust will be transferred by the existing conservator of the estate, who replaced Jamie Spears, who was suspended in grace, into that trust. So that's one safety net that's in place for Britney.
Britney had said when she got to speak out that she wanted to sue her whole family. Where do you see her going with potentially criminal or other ramifications for her family?
That's not something I'm going to comment on in detail, but anybody who saw the New York Times documentary, and it was mocked by James Spears' attorney as a TV show. It wasn't a TV show. It was a highly vetted documentary. Or read the New York Times front page expose, knows that the conduct as alleged by the Times, which was corroborated by the Times, deserves investigation. I used to be a federal prosecutor. Now I'm just a private attorney. I don't have criminal investigative powers. What happens there will be up to law enforcement.
What's your reaction? What's your reaction?
I'm not going to comment on my discussions.
How much money did TriStar take from Britney?
That's what we've asked TriStar.
How much do you think? If you were to give a ballpark number, how much would it be? Over 10 million.
One would think that a business manager been asked by their client would respond and give them that number. Their response has been, well, it's in the accountants. I would ask, does TriStar treat all of their clients this way, or is it just Britney Spears? Do you think she's been bullied for decades? And why TriStar is continuing to bully Britney Spears is a fair question. I don't have the answer to that.
Yes.
TriStar will have to. Do you need a conservatorship for her to see?
Fair question. I don't have the answer to that. Does Britney need a TriStar will have to answer. Does she need a conservatorship for her estate?
Will you press charges concerning the emotional distress she had?
I'm not going to comment on it.
Thank you. You got a question? What's her reaction?
Britney Spears work again when she performed.
Yeah.
To ask Rosengard a question.
Do you have an invitation to the wedding?
It is like Rose and King right now.
If you have a question you want me to yell at, then now's the time to tell me what it is.
Christopher, anybody have a question for Rosengart?
Britney herself testified in court, as everybody knows, both on July 14, regards to the abuse that she says she suffered at the hands of her father, James Spears. One other comment I'll make, unless there are any other specific questions, is this. Many journalists have speculated or commented in regard to James Spears. I haven't spoken with journalists on this particular point, but it is correct that we served a notice of deposition to require James P. Spears to testify under oath on October 20th. That did not happen. He refused to appear. We served another deposition notice for him to appear to answer questions asked by myself and my law firm on November 12th. He also did not appear, on November 10th. He did not appear on November 10th either. If Britney wants, if Britney instructs, we will pursue James Spears' deposition. We will pursue the discovery that we served on him in the form of interrogatories, document requests, and other information received with regard to financial information, alleged financial misconduct, and the electronic surveillance.
Why do you think he's so much?
You draw your own inference on that.
Thank you so much.
I will say that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's interesting that he has refused to cooperate because his lawyer, in his lawyer's filing, claimed that Mr. Spears would profusely cooperate. I can say this. They have not responded to one document request. They have not responded to one interrogatory, and they have refused thus far to appear for deposition under oath. A cross-examination of an individual written under oath at a deposition, any lawyer will tell you, is how you find the truth. I'm looking forward to that deposition. Why he's not appeared, why he's ducked the deposition, is something he and his counsel will answer. Don't give the same boring answer. That's up to Britney.
Thank you so much. We've seen Britney. She wore a Free Britney t-shirt last night, acknowledging these incredible fans. There has been a question of how much access she's had to the outside world, especially in recent years. As of late, is that Britney on Instagram, or are we able to see her communicating with fans again? Does she have her own phone? Does she have access to the outside world? Thank you.
Sorry, it's really hard to hear. Did he answer that question? Does she have access to the outside world, Robin?
Do you think Britney's capable of managing her own finances?
Yes.
Or do Any other questions?
Why didn't she ask?
I've got a client who I need to speak with.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
Andy, Rosengart is going to go to the pre-Britney stage. Stay tuned.
Okay, Free Britney stage. Okay, that's where he's going next.
I do believe that's what's happening right now.
Okay, we got Christopher. All right, Christopher. Sorry, I know we were just listening. Robin got us very close, and we got some interesting insight there. Did you hear the answer about? Was that her Instagram? Did he answer that, Robin?
Nice.
I didn't hear his answer.
Okay. You want to bring in Sloan while he's doing that?
Sure. If he's there, let's bring him in. We got Sloan. Awesome.
So it looks like Rosengart might be walking over to the Free Britney area.
Stage.
So we got this big old, we got to make sure we don't get mobbed over here. There is so many people in media. It is crazy. So everyone watch yourselves. He's coming in. He's right. We're in like the sea of the storm right here.
The bandwidth is really bad.
Oh, he's doing his walk. Somebody dropped her.
Guys, apologies to our bandwidth. There's so many people with cell phones that.
Exactly. Okay, so you ready, Andy?
Yes, we got Sloan there.
Okay, so we got Sloan. Sloan almost got crushed to death.
Almost got Astro World, not to be like insensitive, but yeah, I almost got stampeded just now because Matthew Rosengart just walked by us. He did a conference after freeing Britney, and it's just, it's out of this world. It doesn't feel real. And when Britney was freed, guys, if you were there in that crowd and just like the what is that called? It's like pollution. What is it? Confetti. The confetti went up into the sky. It was just unreal. So yeah, I'm so happy to be here. This is like the aftermath of the stampede or whatever. So there's a lot of coffee spilt and such, but I think everyone's just kind of like looking around like, what's next?
Yeah, I don't know if the camera captured that, but there was a mob of people that just came through. Somebody's phone was on the ground. We were being pushed around. It was crazy. Oh, and we got
everybody.
All right, so BJ,
the whole gang's
what
here.
time did you have to line up to get into court?
I got here between 4 and 4:30 a.m.
And were they threatening people to say if you're tweeting or anything, you'll kick you out?
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. They were like, there's no recording allowed anywhere in the hallways of the courtroom, which in my opinion is unconstitutional, but that's neither here nor there. And then I found out that actually there's enormous auditorium courtrooms in this courthouse, but they had us in this tiny little courtroom, and there were 3 open seats in the front row of the courtroom, and they did not call from the bystander list. So I'm just curious as to what exactly it is this court is trying to hide from the public.
Yeah, well, we're working on that, and that's a terrible, terrible thing, the way that everyone was treated, and to keep this public proceeding from the public is wrong, and we're definitely challenging that. So, Sloan, what's next for you? What video do you think you'd make out of this?
Yeah, well, actually, I have a video premiering right now, so as we speak. But there's so much more, especially when I want to know more about the criminal thing. Was TriStar even mentioned in the? Yes. It was. Oh, there needs to be a full criminal investigation. There's gonna be, some jail time in my opinion, but I don't know. Maybe that's too far. But I'm looking forward to investigation. I'm also looking forward to more free Amanda and more free Kesha, just because Kesha's she's not in a conservatorship, but she's in a really nasty legal battle. I think it's important that we uplift and stand for those, pop stars who seem so powerful, but at the end of the day, they're being controlled and manipulated, and they're in these horrible contracts with Sony, or they're in a conservatorship like Amanda Bynes is, or like Britney was. So there's so much more to do, and I think this is just the start of real change and conservatorship reform.
Now, BJ, you were here listening to some pretty technical stuff that I'm still trying to process myself. So what is going on with this trust that we heard about? How does that play into freeing Britney?
Sure. So I'm not a trust expert, but from what I understood, Britney is free today. And Matthew Rosengart kept using a term called condition subsequent. So she's free today with a couple conditions attached to it, sort of strings attached. And there's two strings attached. One is that they want to hear this petition for the substituted judgment, because the way Britney's most lucrative, valuable trust is set up is that it requires a court approval for any changes to be made to the trust. So I think that John Zabel's lawyer, Justin Gold, he actually petitioned the court to allow for John Zabel to come in and be able to take money that is currently outside of Britney's trust and these other various miscellaneous businesses, I'm presuming, other bank accounts, whatever, and sort of start to lasso those assets back into the trust to kind of get a consolidated asset pile. And so the two contingencies that it was dependent upon really had to do with the trust and getting the money back into the trust. Now, Justin Gold did not say anything about being able to move money out of the trust, which I'm glad that he didn't do that, because I would be suspicious if that was mentioned, but it was not.
Now, all the attorney's fees, the 12th account, that's all pushed till January?
Yes.
Do we have a date? January
19th.
So January 19th, they would come back and deal with all that stuff. Okay. Anything else you want to add about what happened inside?
Well, it was frankly, ironically, kind of uneventful. Like, it was just nobody disagreed, nobody argued, everybody agreed it should terminate, and it was just over. I mean, half of the hearing was them kind of deciding when the next calendar date was going to be. So it was just really quick. I do just want to say and leave everybody with, we're going to be seeing a lot of bills, a lot of legislation coming up on the horizon. And they're going to name this stuff things like the Free Britney bill and the guardianships should be accountable, whatever. Okay. Do not take those bills for their names, because right now there are a lot of powerful institutions in this country who have a really big financial interest in being able to pass some pretty bad laws that would actually be pro-conservatorship. So I would really encourage everyone to make sure that we don't blindly support these bills, that we're really reading them. I'm going to definitely be doing that on my channel, and other things are going to be going on with these bills, but just don't blindly support these bills, because they're not all necessarily going to be good. That's my warning.
No, that makes sense. You can't just look at the name of the bill and hope that it's going on. So what's happened?
So Matthew Rosengart just went on our stage over there and thanked everyone. I know, on our stage. I know, and he thanked everyone. So that's why everyone was running over there. I had to step out and go see what's going on. He just looks like Superman up there, especially after saving the day. So
he got off now?
Yeah, he's gone now. It's just a party here. Like, there's so much to celebrate, even though there's a lot of technical. But
there's a lot to celebrate. No, I mean, the way I'm interpreting it is Britney is free.
Well, thanks to both of you for joining and everything you've done.
This all day. You look like such a good Free Britney supporter. I'm just so happy that we all got to do this together, and definitely will be following both of y'all's channels to see what comes next, because I don't think we're gonna stop with this momentum.
Yeah. There's still a lot more to do on the financial side. So thank you to both of you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Amazing. They're so great. So good to have them both there. Christopher, Sloan, BJ. I mean, the trifecta. How amazing. It's incredible. And it's good job there. So, Christopher, yeah, I mean, wow. I guess I thought we were going to be here for a while, but it looks like we can celebrate early. I'm amazed. I'm happy. Hey, I'm not complaining, but any surprises from you on this, from your own legal perspective?
Well, I think it is interesting about the technical stuff over this trust, but it just sounds like some cleanup details that need to be handled. And I'm glad that it was done quickly. That's the way it should be. I kind of figured they were going to argue about much more stuff, but they probably had something coordinated beforehand to say, hey, this is what this hearing's about, what it's not about, and so they could get through it more efficiently and, in a more dignified way, give her rights back, because that needed to happen. So looks like we're going to see some steps that need to happen. And so I definitely want to look at these minute orders or transcripts to understand it at a more deeper level. But wonderful news. And it's great that Matthew Rosengart came and, engaged with the Free Britney movement, because they are just as responsible for it than he is.
Well, this is incredible news. I see so much. I think Britney's Project Rose was always her lawyer, Rosengart. Haven't been able to be here the past, but watching replays, Andy. Thank you, Sarah Costello. Project Rose, but she was calling it before Rosengart came in. Do you think there's any of you out watching, Christopher? Could Project Rose, the thing she's been teasing for so long, could she have been in touch with him beforehand? Is that even possible?
Well, I just never know. I mean, there's a lot of people with some inside information that have shared stuff, and we just don't know what's going on here. But a very, very happy movement. I'm just trying to see what's going on behind me. So it looks like we have more statements by Rosengart potentially.
He's making the rounds. I mean, well earned, right? He's allowed. This is
yeah,
what it's all about.
He's right up there with the people.
Let's get him on the show. I wish our feed was better. The buffer, you guys have been buffering this whole show, and apologies for the quality. There's a lot of people using their cell phones right now. And so when everybody in one area is using all their cell phones, it definitely lowered our quality this time. So it is what it is, but we could hear everybody fine, and we could see it a little bit. But yeah, this has been an incredible support. You can see over there, this party environment. I'm so jealous I'm not there. I'm so glad we could bring you guys there, and thanks to everybody. I will get to your comments and questions. I won't leave until we've done it. So thanks to everybody who sent them over. But I'm just incredibly impressed with how look at this. It's so fun. So everyone's so supportive. There's been a lot of divisiveness and people trying to take credit. Guys, celebrate. We got to own this. This is what it was about. We freed her, and BJ's on it. We got to pay attention. We got to keep our eye on the ball. There's gonna be a lot of other things coming out. We're gonna make sure that they are the right things coming out, and we continue to do well here to help save other people. Again, as Britney posted in her own posts there, it's a human rights movement. It's not just a Britney thing. You know what I mean? So as she says here, guys, for those of you who saw today, it's a human rights movement. That's what this is about. And this could be bigger than her music, guys. What she could do, she could start saving lives. She's already going to start doing it. So that's what this is about. Her freedom was so well earned. I'm so happy, so emotional, but this is such an epic moment. I'm so glad we get to see everybody out there celebrating.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still. Can you hear me? I wanted to go, Robin. We had cut away from you as everything was happening. Robin, what is your take on this? And thank you for that amazing shot, guys. I got to put the Robin Redbreast Cash App. She's amazing. She drove out, and did all this. I'm going to take care of you too, Robin. But support Robin and her amazing camera work. Robin, what are your thoughts on this? Hold on, wait, you're on. Hold on, unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I was right just, filming in the middle of the crowd when the news came out, and I got kind of squished right in the epicenter. And then I made my way over to go see Rosengart. But it's definitely a buzz that wasn't here last time, and a level of excitement. And and I heard some updates on Michelle Nichols. The person who advocates for her got some updates and hearings for evidence for Michelle Nichols. And a couple other people who progress has been made in the past month or so on conservatorships because of the Free Britney movement and because of the fans and people activating and helping out. So, like you were just saying, it's a human rights movement, and hopefully it will shed light on the things that need to change, and those changes will happen.
What's the energy like there, Robin? How's it feel?
Everyone's totally excited. I think the fans were very, very happy to be personally addressed by Rosengart. Right now, everybody's still celebrating, but they're also going to be cleaning up because the streets blocked off. They have to open the street by a certain time for the fans. So got to clean up all their confetti and stuff. So it's both a peaceful protest and an excitement, and also everybody taking their responsibility. And I think that's just as wonderful.
Amazing. The party's clearly not going to stop anytime soon. Christopher, Robin, brilliant job. I mean, this was incredible. Christopher, back. Can you hear me now? Are you back? It's Christopher's hooking up his audio.
Yeah, I'm back now.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was going to say. So what are we? So what's next? We got this done. We're celebrating. What do we do next?
Well, I think this is it for today. Next steps are going to be going after people, and Matthew Rosengart, I heard in his statement, was if Britney directs him, and so I like that. I mean, he's going to listen to her instructions, and if she wants him to go after people, which I assume she does, that is the next chapter in this thing. And that's going to be a longer chapter, but it'll be a satisfying one because so much of this information has been hidden from us. But with the power of a subpoena, with a deposition, a compelled statement under oath, Rosengart, Britney will have those powers to ensure that people are held accountable and that their story is told. So they are going to have to answer these questions, like it or not. That's the next phase or the next chapter of this story that we're going into.
Well, I'm excited. We will be covering that phase for you. This is incredible. Britney is free. I keep trying to refresh to see if she's going to post anything on her post. Still nothing. I mean, I'm sure she's celebrating. Sounds like Rosengart's talking to her directly after this. But again, Sam Asghari has posted freedom. So there it is. Amazing to see this happen. I'm still shocked and so happy. Incredible that, guys, you did this. Like, I hope you all understand, all you guys watching who've been following this, Christopher, Robin, BJ, Sloan, you guys all did this. Like, this woman was dying, crying for help, and they were just going to let her do it. They were just going to keep taking the money and keep getting away with this. I mean, Christopher was getting so depressing. They were getting so greedy that they weren't even like trying to like if they had ended this a year or two ago, they probably she would have just been the better person. She would have been maybe moved on and just not. But thank God the fans were out there really listening, paying attention, asking these questions because they uncovered something that a lot of us were so ignorant to. I know I was. So this is an amazing day, and all you guys watching, you should be celebrating. You should be so ecstatic because this is what we've been waiting for. This is the news we've been hoping for. Britney is finally free. We have a lot more to obviously figure out the specifics and some other things that are going to go for as the accountability comes. But when I heard when Robin was on there, he's going after he was going after TriStar hard. So Chris, I know you've been sort of playing fair. We don't know about TriStar, but more and more is coming out that's showing some weird, questionable behavior. So, I mean, what if Lou Taylor, who's been out so litigious, shutting BJ down, all this friggin' nonsense, do you feel like Lou and TriStar are a little nervous today?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were blocking efforts to really investigate for anyone to know or talk about them. They were threatening people, suing people. So this was out there. This has been an ongoing operation. But now it's beyond them. Lou Taylor's lost control of that. And now it's taken on a life of its own, and it won't stop. So whatever happened is going to be recovered, or I should say uncovered. And so that's there's nowhere to hide from that at this point. And it's not just asking questions, it's compelling the production of documents and compelling statements under oath that Rosengart can do if Britney tells him to.
Well, we have Britney did just post. Good God, I love my fans so much. It's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen? So there it is. She's watching. Incredible. Unbelievable. There it is. There's her response. And then to keep things, because it's not always. Here's Lynn Spears trying to where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Oh, God, the gall of this woman. Anyway, even Lynn's getting in on the action, surprisingly. But there's the moment that matters. Britney, good God, I love my fans so much. It's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen? Freed Britney. Hashtag freed Britney. There it is. Hashtag she just did it. Freed Britney. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Incredible. And yeah, what are your thoughts on Robin or Chris? What do you think of Lynn's "Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom"? I gotta say, I think it's the spirit of the fans in this incident, personally, for me. But
I mean, she should. I mean, maybe she should send God a bill for that tweet. She should be staying out of this. She has not been helpful. She's been hurtful, and all this work that she claims that she was doing on behalf of Britney to help her, then she sends a bill for $650,000. So yeah, not too interested in what Lynn has to say.
No one is. None of us are. But there she is trying to get involved in this. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable, this family. They will never cease to amaze me in the levels they will go to. I'm curious to Jamie Lynn. What are the odds Jamie Lynn responds today, guys, in the chat? I'm going to put up a poll. Will Jamie Lynn respond? I'm going to ask you guys while you're watching. Will Jamie Lynn celebrate with a post? Yes or no? What do you think? Do you think it's going to happen? She hasn't yet. But the pressure's on, Jamie Lynn. How will she react and try to pretend to, again, be a supportive sister? We'll see. Stay tuned. Wow. Bravo, guys. I'm so happy. This is incredible. Thanks to everybody who was in there. Thank you, Tina Marie, for sending over that chat to check the Instagram. Love Easy Journaling. Thank you, Andy, for letting us take part of this. Congrats, Free Britney from Norway. We had Marina earlier, advocate in law. Is there a citizen journalist or lawyer who can help William Palmer's sole beneficiary had his house stolen in L.A. leads you to house-related horror story of injustice? Yeah, Marina, not now. I know you said that earlier. Email me and we'll check it out. Steve Cass, if no contract exists, will TriStar can Britney get all her money back that she paid them? Well, we're going to find that out, right, Christopher? She's going to go after TriStar next and figure out what happened.
Yeah, that was very strange where they said they couldn't find the written contract. So that's very, very odd. And but that all has to be investigated and figure out why can't they find that contract and what that means for their compensation. Now, if it was lost, if there was a contract and there's evidence of it, they can still recover. So it just depends on whether there was a contract ever at all, because I think they said in the paperwork there was a contract, but it wasn't scanned or saved somewhere, which sounds pretty odd to me.
So, but what are the odds that she will get some money from TriStar?
Well, it all is going to depend on what those payments were for and how she's going to attack it. So if the payments were approved in prior accountings by the probate court, Britney can ask that it be refunded if it was a result of fraud, failure to disclose, or conspiracy. And so that's the thing that Rosengart wants, is to understand, like, what was TriStar's role? What information did they have and not disclose? What information did they tell to the court for compensation that was untrue? So that all needs to be put together in a case that Rosengart, I'm sure, would be working on. That's why he wants the subpoena. That's why he needs depositions and records. Once he has that information, he would put the case together and attack it. Yeah, thank you. So that's, like I say, further chapters to come.
Well, lots more to figure out. This is incredible. I'm still on cloud nine, where I'm surfing around, making sure we're not missing any. But check out these crowds still going. They're still partying. I guess they're going to be partying for a while, I imagine. Look at all this. Incredible.
Yeah. So I guess Britney's posted some video of the rally. I hope it's our feed, but
we
I don't
played
know.
that. We played that later. Yeah, we while you were we did. I played that earlier. Yes, I know it's hard for you to see what we're doing, but Britney, yes, has been in there. She has responded. There it is again. Hold on, trying to make sure it's. Yep, there it is. And bravo to all of you guys watching. You did that. Hashtag freed Britney, Christopher, is what she sent out there. Free Britney, congrats. I'm getting all your comments. Love is easy journaling. Freed Britney, congrats from Christian Land, Norway. Thank you, Andy, for covering this. Thank you again. You've been sending so much. I appreciate your support, keeping our coverage going. Marina Boy, did I mention Judge Penny proceeding to let him be evicted, then let Palmer? Marina, sorry. Thank you for this case. We're celebrating Britney right now, but Marina, hit me up and I'll email you. Sorry, I'm just reading quickly. But thank you, Marina, for saying that to me. We'll look into that. And then Love Easy. Jake Brown is so proud of this community. Britney is free. L, thank you so much. Joseph Sporn became a member. Thank you guys who became members of Popcorn Planet. We're here every day, 12 o'clock, every weekday, going through lots of stories, important stories. Thank you to everybody. Love is journaling again. Love to, she says, love to Britney. Patience Burns, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Jolene, BJ vote. We got the BJ photo. Thank you earlier. Smithy, many thanks to you, Andy, Christopher, and the whole Britney movement for all your work in this case. Sending virtual hugs from Wales, UK. Stay safe, free Britney. Oh my God, hope it's true. She's free. She is. Tabby, reader, and thank you so much, Tabby. I've been a huge fan of Britney since I was young. Optimistic about tonight. Sending love and support from New Hampshire. Free Britney. There's a lot of nervous people when all the information finally comes out. Much love. Well, Tabby, I know you sent that earlier. I hope you're feeling better now. Thank you so much, Tabby. Deshay, I sent a comment through here earlier. Thanks again. We got that one. Katie Mongon. How amazing would it be if at the end... Oh, we got that, Katie. I did that. Nicole, they didn't come out, but Rosengart did, and Britney has just come on Instagram. Wish I could have been there at TriStar. Chris is looking pretty dapper today. Thank you for your hard work, Andy. Nicole's he is. Look at that. I love the flower, the whole. You're looking good, Christopher. Nice job. And then Brett again. Thank you for that. Stacy Kati, how long do you think this hearing will last today? Way quicker than I thought. I thought this would be way longer, a lot more fireworks. But hey, I'll take it. I'm a happy guy. If she's happy, I'm happy. And then thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Olivia, Natasha Smith. Thank you for supporting and being part of this important human rights movement. Thank all of you. And then thank you to Femme Fatale. Also hit that join button. Thank you so much for supporting Popcorn Planet and all that we do here. Liz Reynolds, thank you so much for your hard work, Andy. You rock. You rock, Liz. Amanda Job. Thank you, Mr. Signore, sir, for everything. You're a gem. Please be safe. For one, I am appreciative for all you do. Hugs from Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee to Tennessee. Remember that song, Arrested Development, or just me? And then Bianca Clean became a member. Thank you. And then we had Lamar before. Lamari Molisando. Andy, you are amazing, powerful, and encouraging, hardworking man. Keep up the good work. I know that we will all see you. May God bless you and your family immensely. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for those kind words. It's not about me today, but you guys supporting me and what I do means a lot. So thank you for all the work that we've done. Thank you. And I'm going to thank some people in a second. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of you. Deshay, the king is reporting. The queen is in the courtroom. The goat is on the field. Andy, BJ, Chris, love you guys. Let's free this beautiful woman. Well, we did. We did it. And then Lucas Guauer became a member. So there. And then I see some more I'm catching up on, and we'll be all caught up. Thank you, Josie Hart. Finally, the day we've been waiting for. I know, right? It's crazy. Lois Lean, thank you so much for becoming a member as well. Becky Hale. Yay, so happy Britney is now free. Andy, you've been doing such a great job on this channel. Love from the UK. Thank you so much, Becky Hale. I appreciate you. Sussex Sandra, is it possible to play a clear version of all of Rosengart's speech? We couldn't hear anything live. Alicia, can we find that? That would be a good way to end. Alicia, I know you're watching. Thank you, Alicia, my mods. Thank you. I'm going to thank a lot in a second, but let me know if you can. Marina Boyd, thank you again. I'm just reading quick, but Marina, hit me up. I will look into this Palmer case for you. And Yana Z, thank you as well. There we go. I've caught up. Amazing. Again, best way to support is hitting that join button. Thanks to all of you who did. Incredible. All these amazing Popcorn Planeteers. We've built such an amazing community here. This Free Britney movement was so important to me, and it brought so many people in, and they've educated me on so many other issues that we've been covering. So much more coming here. We will keep this honest, transparent. We will be covering all these important issues. So thanks to everybody who subscribed or joined and supported this movement and supported this channel. So I got to thank my man, Christopher Melcher. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you aren't subscribed to his channel, what are you waiting for? Enough is enough. go on over to Christopher Melcher on YouTube because this man, he's posting a lot of amazing stuff all across the board. He just gotten in the Rittenhouse mistrial. We almost did it here, but I'm just trying to avoid the political stuff, and that one's a little divisive. But I love Christopher because he'll be able to handle that without getting into the politics of it, but talking about the legal part of it. So you can go get that as well as the Britney stuff, the Alec Baldwin stuff. He's covering everything. He's been growing. I'm so proud of you, Christopher. And if you guys aren't following Christopher, literally, you better go do it right now. Here's his link. Christopher deserves your love. The dapper Christopher Melcher is there. Go show him your support and love. So grateful for him and all the work he's done. And I got to shout out Robin Redbreast, an incredible, as always, such a good friend. She's been a supporter since the Justice for Johnny Depp days, which is another case I hope you guys are following closely. When that happens next year, you bet your butt we're going to continue to cover it like this. But if you want to show Robin Redbreast some support, you can scan that in your Cash App. I know she'd appreciate it, and I would as well. She's a good friend of mine, and she shows up, always helps. So thanks to Robin Redbreast for all the amazing work you did, Robin. I'm going back to you as we wrap things up. I'm going to find that clip if I can. But Robin, going back to you first. Final thoughts on this as we wind things down?
It's just an amazing buzz around here, and there's still work to do. Like we were highlighting, there's a lot of corruption in our court systems and in our legal systems, and it's being abused, and our judges aren't working for us, and there's still work to do. So I hope that this is a step in the right direction for everyone, not just Britney. But I'm so happy for her, and I can't wait to see what she does next, even if it's disappear in privacy. If that's what she wants, I want it for her.
Well said. Christopher, what do you think? Thoughts from you, man?
Well, this is incredible. Do you want to join the stream for a second? Yeah. Well, we got a special closing guest, and we're just totally overwhelmed. But how do you?
Ditto. I'm very overwhelmed. This feels like something I've dreamt about for 2.5 years, and for it to actually be happening, I'm waiting for someone to pinch me and for me to wake up. It's just overwhelming. The love on the street out here, the energy, the crowd, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I noticed from the last hearing, September 29th, a lot of tension and uncertainty, but here everyone was expecting this is going to happen, but still we've been disappointed before. Did you think maybe she wouldn't be free today?
I wouldn't allow myself to go there. I am a big believer in manifestation, and I know Britney is very spiritual, and she says she can feel our heart, and I had to believe that it would happen because we fought so hard, and more importantly, she fought so hard for almost 14 years. So today was the day. We had been trying to say, let's free her by the time she's 40, and in a couple weeks when she turns 40, she's going to be a free woman.
Now, this isn't over by any stretch, so I would imagine this could go on for quite a long time. And where do you see the movement going next?
I think I could have never imagined how the movement would evolve these last 2.5 years. I myself joined because I'm a fan of Britney. And as you uncover all this corruption amongst some of the players in the conservatorship and the courts itself, and it really makes you see how this is a systemic problem that's bigger than Britney. So while today is absolutely a victory, this was our end goal all along. It's an end for Britney, an end of the conservatorship, but it's just the beginning for this group of people because we've got a fire under us now and we're ready to make some real change.
Well, that's great. I love all the dedication. This is not an easy thing. And and I know that Britney is appreciative and aware of all that help. So I was hoping to see her here today. Did you have any thoughts that she might show up in person?
I didn't really expect her to come. I think she knew what was going to happen today. She's, Matthew Rosengart has done amazing things for her since he came on board in July. And we all knew today would be the end of this thing. So I hope she's at home, just having a little celebration on her own. And as I said, we're there with her in spirit because we feel connected to her in our hearts.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next time. Thanks.
Amazing. Well said. All learned. We did find Rosengart's full speech. Do you want to hear that, Christopher? Or I can play it after you wrap. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'm good as a wrap over here. I got some other news interviews that I'm going to be jumping on right now, but I appreciate all the support, Andy, and putting this thing together. It was just incredible. I flew back from Chicago last night. Would not have missed this for the world.
Yes, well, I appreciate you, sir. Go do your interviews. Robin, if you have a still minute, we'll wrap with you too as well. But Christopher Melcher, if you haven't already, go follow him right now. There it is. Christopher, sir, thank you for all the good work you're doing. Keep us posted. We will keep you updated. Enjoy your day there. Get out there in the news. We'll see him on the news, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
all right, and then Robin, if you want to hang a minute, let's do it. You can. But let me play this clip while she Well, if you want to show around, I'm going to play the Rosengart if you want to hear it again, or because you were there, we can get your insight on it too. But I'm going to play the full clip. It was a little hard to hear some of it. Here it is.
Has been put into a position through our collaboration in the work of my law firm to succeed. We have a safety net in place for Britney, both on the personal side and on the financial side, as those of you who are in court understand. But Britney, as of today, is a free woman, and she's an independent woman, and the rest, with her support system, will be up to Britney. We believe it was the right result. Britney specifically requested that there be no mental evaluation, and the judge did not require it. We think it was the right result.
Margaret, back up.
I'm sorry?
Do you think there will be a relationship between Britney and her family?
That, again, will be up to Britney.
Has Britney ever spoken to you about her family?
Whether Britney performs again will be up to Britney at the right time.
Would you represent Amanda Bynes?
I'm sorry?
Would you represent Amanda Bynes?
I haven't been asked, and that's not something I would get into right now.
Britney, can you just clarify what happens here in the conservatorship? From here, how much control does Britney have, and what kind of transitions are we looking at over the next month?
Well, as of today, as Judge Penny ruled on the record, her language was, in effect, the conservatorship of the person and the conservatorship of the estate are terminated effective today, subject to a couple of conditions subsequent. And what that means is we have set up a financial safety net for Britney in terms of a new trust. All of the assets that are outside of the existing trust will be transferred by the existing conservator of the estate, who replaced Jamie Spears, who was suspended in grace, into that trust. So that's one safety net that's in place for Britney. Well, that's not something I'm going to comment on in detail, but anybody who saw the New York Times documentary, and it was mocked by James Spears' attorney as a TV show, it wasn't a TV show. It was a highly vetted documentary, or read the New York Times front page expose, knows that the conduct as alleged by the Times, which was corroborated by the Times, deserves investigation. I used to be a federal prosecutor. Now I'm just a private attorney. I don't have criminal investigative powers. What happens there will be up to law enforcement, not up to me.
Counsel, have you had a chance to brief Britney Spears on what happened?
I'm not going to comment on my discussions with Britney.
But you have had she does know now. You've had a chance to tell her. How much money did TriStar take for Britney?
That's what we've asked TriStar.
How much do you think?
I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment.
Over 10 million.
One would think that a business manager, if asked by their client, would respond and give them that number. Their response has been, well, it's in the accountings. I would ask, does TriStar treat all of their clients this way, or is it just Britney Spears? She's been bullied for a decade, and why TriStar is continuing to bully Britney Spears is a fair question. I don't have the answer to that. TriStar will have to answer that.
With regard to like the conditions you were talking about the finances, once all the assets are in the trust, does that mean Mr. Zabel is done with his job?
Mr. Zabel has remaining powers in terms of winding up his responsibilities as reflected on the record.
You mentioned this is up to law enforcement. Is law enforcement involved in investigating?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Did Britney respond at all? What's her reaction?
I'm sorry?
I'm just wondering if you've been in contact with Britney. Her reaction?
I don't comment on my communications with Britney. She's aware of the result, though.
Will Britney Spears work again? Will she perform?
That's up to Britney Spears.
So was that a modification of the existing trust?
Excuse me?
It's a modification of the existing
It's an
trust, not a
amendment.
new trust.
It's an amendment to the existing trust.
Those are really just like legal details.
Well, let me answer it this way. It in no way impacts the fact that the conservatorship is terminated as of today.
Mr. Rosenberg, how did you and Britney first find each other? How did she hire you, and how it felt bringing 13 years of what seems to be an injustice, to say the least, to life?
I was proud to be in the right place at the right time. I'm not going to comment in terms of details in regard to how we got together.
Has there been a family member that Britney has leaned on during this time?
I'm not going to comment on that. Sorry?
Hey, cameraman back there, turn off the light. This idiot with the light. Turn it off.
I didn't hear the question, but yes, the conservatorship was 13 years. Britney herself testified in court, as everybody knows, both on June 23rd and July 14th, in regard to the abuse that she says she suffered at the hands of her father, James P. Spears. One other comment I'll make, unless there are any other specific questions, is this. Many journalists have speculated or commented in regard to James P. Spears. I haven't spoken with journalists on this particular point, but it is correct that we served a notice of deposition to require James P. Spears to testify under oath on October 20th. That did not happen. He refused to appear. We served another deposition notice for him to appear under oath and answer questions asked by myself and my law firm on November 12th. He also did not appear, on November 10th. He did not appear on November 10th either. If Britney wants, if Britney instructs, we will pursue James Spears' deposition. We will pursue the discovery that we served on him in the form of interrogatories, document requests, and other information we're seeking, both in regard to financial information, alleged financial misconduct, and the electronic surveillance issue. You can draw your own inference on that. I will say this, I apologize. It's interesting that he has refused to cooperate because his lawyer, in his lawyer's filing, claimed that Mr. Spears would profusely cooperate. I can say this, they have not responded to one document request. They have not responded to one interrogatory, and they have refused thus far to appear for deposition under oath. A cross-examination of an individual or witness under oath at a deposition, any lawyer will tell you, is how you find the truth. I'm looking forward to that deposition. Why he has not appeared, why he's ducking the deposition, is something he and his counsel will have to answer.
But that's still on.
I'm going to give the same boring answer, and that's up to Britney.
So sorry to get caught. I don't want to.
We've seen Britney, she wore a free Britney t-shirt last night, acknowledging these incredible fans. There has been a question, though, of how much access she's had to the outside world, especially in recent years.
I love that. How much access has she had to the outside world?
Are we able to see her communicating with her fans again? Does she have her own phone? Does she have access?
Does she have a phone? Does she have access?
Those are Britney's communications.
So just to clarify,
those are Britney's communications. Did you hear that?
Ongoing legal proceeding.
I'm sorry?
The deposition you just referenced.
He did just confirm it.
To take part in is part of what ongoing legal proceeding?
Financial accounting hearing, which is going to occur in January, as well as other issues that are in the record.
The judge was referring to.
Are there any other questions?
This guy in the hat. There it is. Well, did you hear that, guys? Did you hear that, Robin? You asked. I asked you earlier while you were there because it was hard to hear some of it. Those are her communications. So all those conspiracy theorists who stayed, she had no control. Those are her communications. So that's great to hear finally, to confirm what I have always known and heard, that yeah, she was the one on Instagram. There were others, I guess, working with her, maybe, but hopefully someday we'll get more answers on that. But what do you think? Does that surprise you, Robin, any of that?
No, I don't think it surprised me. I think that once he became her lawyer, she got a lot more control over her social media. But I think even when he said that, I saw air of relief fall over him. I think that she had been waiting and he had been waiting for the right moment to actually make those statements and validations for the fans. like direct messages from her. Yes, those are her posts. Yes, those are her communications. And by the way, she thanks you and she loves you. And I think that, and then for him to coordinate with the organizers of hashtag Free Britney and go over to the stage and actually address them directly was, I think, what's the word I'm looking for? I had the word and it went away, but cathartic. It was cathartic. Everything was very cathartic from that point. Everybody's got a sense of catharsis and just relief. That would be the overall energy that I would say is going on here. Is a lot of relief and then celebration on top of that, but a lot of knowing that we have a lot of work to do too, just in our society and to fix how we relate to each other and dispute our issues and our problems together.
Well said. And there she is celebrating, watching the fans celebrating, which is so cool.
Oh, I'm sneaking off to the hashtag Free Britney meetup later.
Woo,
I'm not even
do
going
it.
to say the location.
Do it. And you guys can follow Robin. Post something from there, Robin, because here's her Instagram. If you want to follow Robin Redbreast, there she is.
Instagram, and I will post some pictures that I took and whatever I do for the rest of the night while I'm in LA till tomorrow. So.
Love it. Robin Redbreast, WB. There she is. That's her real name, guys. Yeah. We love it. We love Robin. We love what you've done. And thank you so much for the footage. Thank you for the support. Again, if you want to support Robin, you can. Cash App, Robin at Redbreast86. Thank you so much. Scan it. I appreciate everybody who's supported. And if you want to support Christopher, you can go on over to his channel and go there. And if you want to support here, you can hit that join button. Thanks to everybody who joined. You can also just hit the bell for the subscribe and bell for all alerts. Stay tuned for more updates. I'm so grateful for all you guys who have stumbled upon us. I'm going to make sure I have a couple other chats, then we'll wrap things up. Let's see here. Where did I go? We got the apparently Anna, Becky, so happy. Oh wait, there's a few here. Love easy journaling. Thank you. Finally, the day we've been waiting for from Josie Hart. Becky Hale, yay, so happy now. Free Andy. So she's free. Andy, you have been doing a great job. Thank you. We got Sussex Sandra. Then we had Shane. Oh, became a member. Woo! Thank you, Shane. Anna Martin goes, I'm apparently not smart enough to figure this out. How do I become a member? Oh, it's easy. I just showed you. Right there next to subscribe, there's a join button. If you hit that join button, it gives you an option to join. It's a monthly fee to support channels. Thank you, Anna. Hopefully you figured that out. Mari Segna, thank you so much. Dawn Brown became a member. Sarah Costello, Lynn Spears with her little pocket rocket is Lynn Spears with her little pocket rocket. I'd say she's had that post ready for a while. And don't get me started on Jamie. All the Jamies. SMH. Sherry, check your IG DMs. I did. Thank you for hitting me up. You guys always send me tips. Instagram at Andy Signore. Maria Alcondo, Monaco, Andy, Chris, and Robin. You guys rock. Rose Beardsley became a member. Thank you so much, Rose. Red Riding Hood became a member as well. Thank you, Red Riding. Swansog. Christopher is a total badass. Robin, how much of a badass is Christopher Melcher? The most badass, right?
Christopher Melcher is a badass. He's right there behind me.
Badass indeed. Renee Dickerson, the extent to which these players in this conservatorship are delusional is mind-blowing. Couldn't have said it better. And then MMs, thank you for those hearts as well. You guys, this community is incredible. I feel good. Look at this. If you weren't feeling good, I want to just keep this back on screen. Britney is so happy. She's crying for the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can we all get an amen? We did it. There's the full applause meter. I'm sending it all. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm just so happy and floored. Bravo to everybody who's been involved in this movement. Yeah! So grateful to all you guys. We did it. She's free. Britney is free! Oh my God, it's a dance party. Everybody, it's time for the dance party portion of the show. Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who's been part of this movement. I need to go get a drink. This is incredible. Robin, I hope you go get a drink. I'm buying you a drink. I'm buying you all drinks. This is incredible. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today. There's the amazing footage as they are winding down, but the party's not going to stop. Thanks to everybody who supported the channel, who's been part of this movement. You did this! You guys did this! Throw those free Britneys in the air! There they are. Woo! We did it! Britney! Gaynor Rans, yes, freed Britney, has a fantastic ring to it. Thank you, Andy, Chris, Robin, BJ. You guys are the best. No, you are the best. Kara Froman, with no relation to Abe Froman, Sausage King of the Chicago. Thank you, Andy and team. Freed Britney! Alexis, Bad Lou, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Rosengart comes for you? That's got a good ring to it. Incredible show, incredible outcome. You guys are beautiful out there. Go celebrate. We did it! Love you all. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Sloan. Thank you, BJ. Thanks to everybody else who showed up today. And thanks to everybody who showed up a year ago to make this happen. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm inspired. I'm empowered. Let's keep this going. Freedom! Love all you. Stay tuned for everybody. Bye!